Stephen A. Smith situation real quick. I basically told him we can throw down right now in front of everyone. Let's have at it. Me and you, one-on-one in the middle of the court. And of course, that uncle refused. He don't have that R like I do. I'm him. I was about to give him that Draymond Green special and send his hairline back even further. I told that brother to keep his mouth shut about Bronny before, and he just won't do it. And yes, I know Bronny ain't an NBA level player, and I forced the Lakers to draft him. But you're not going to trash talk my son on live television like that. That brother only acts tough on TV, as you saw. When I stepped up to him, he turned into a golden retriever right away. That unk is soft as charming. Now, would Jordan ever do what I did? Probably not. But I'm petty and soft like that, as everyone knows. I'll never be as great as Michael Jordan. So Stephen A. was right about that part. MJ is the GOAT for sure. He might be the GOAT, but I'm the king. And everyone knows a king is better than a GOAT. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. So I'm going to address the Stephen A. Smith.
All righty, man. I don't know how true all of that is, but he did say what he had to say. My question is for you, Solo. Solo.
Yeah.
Was LeBron right in confronting a sportscaster about his opinions about his son, when in actuality, some would argue he wasn't even talking about his son. He was talking about how he pushed his son into the league when he wasn't ready? What say you, Solo?
Let's be clear. Before I make my statement, I am a LeBron James fan. As you can notice behind me, Lakers all the way 100. Now, if y'all remember, when LeBron James came into the league, he was at a game where he actually got in a physical fight. While in the fight, his mama rushed the damn court and was going to jump in the fight. And LeBron reached back to his mama and said, "Hey, sit your ass down. Don't get involved," because she was protecting her son. Now, fast forward 2025. LeBron James does the same thing with his son by walking over there to Stephen A, bossing up on telling him what he can and cannot say about his son. First of all, we are journalists. That's what we're playing, the podcast journalists. And I hope I said that word right. We tell the story, and we tell it how we see it. And Stephen A was just telling how he see it. He said that LeBron James' son does not belong in the NBA at this point. And we all agree with that. And so this was offensive to LeBron James. He was like, my son belong here, because LeBron said his statement was his son is better than half the NBA players in the league. He said that. His son ain't better than me. I got one hand.
LeBron called himself talking about the GOAT. The king is always better than the GOAT. I differ. I beg to differ on that. I beg to differ. The GOAT gives milk, so king can't give milk.
Stephen A. Smith was like, "No, bro, you shouldn't have done that like that to your son. Now he's got to deal with all this criticism because you put him on blast and made him show the world that he wasn't qualified when you could have just let him do his thing." I believe we may actually have the actual incident right here. So let's take a look at actually what happened, and let's talk about
it. Wasn't that night right there? They shake hands. But I told you about that shit. Rewind.
Can I read for you?
Oh yeah, bro. What he saying?
Run it back.
Motherfucker, let me tell you something. You say something about my son one more goddamn time, I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass.
Oh shit. Yo,
this was Stephen A. said. This was Stephen A. said. Yes, sir. Yes. I will not talk about it.
When you looking up at
LeBron, he was looking at LeBron like he was Jesus.
Yeah, when you looking up at a nigga, yeah, that's all you can say. Yes,
I didn't even know you were that damn big.
LeBron James was dead ass wrong.
Thank you. God damn it.
Wow. I'm surprised to hear that from you, bro.
One person.
LeBron James was dead ass wrong.
Oh, shit.
He was wrong to walk up and approach a fan talking about something that was not pertaining to the actual game that fan had paid money to come watch. He was wrong to encroach a man's personal space. Well, I mean, when you buy a ticket to the game, you're a fan.
Right.
First of all, Stephen A. don't have to buy tickets.
I mean, this is true. But when you so let me say it like this: when you sit in the seats and you spectate, you a fan. He was there not only in a professional realm, gathering data to report on the game. He was also there as a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? So
Come on,
you
Ron.
walk up
Come on,
on
Ron.
this man.
Let's call bullshit, Ron. Come on now. Stephen A. is there to research. He's there to work. He's there as a journalist. He's there, and we know that of all the people in the media world, Stephen A. has been giving LeBron that work. Even when he's being complimentary, he's like, LeBron is great. As he's second to Jordan, he won't.
We gonna get to that, Vinny Ray. We gonna get to that. I'm just prefacing all the many ways in which LeBron was wrong. I'm not gonna say whether or not he's justified in this moment. I'm talking about right or wrong.
Okay.
He was wrong to walk up on that man who was sitting in the seat as if he was one of the other 20,000 people off inside Crypto Stadium.
Right.
Arena rather. He wasn't sitting in the press box. So he wasn't operating in a journalistic realm at that particular moment. Even though everything he sees with his eyes, he's recording that data so that he can use it on his many sports related platforms. He walked up on that man also with another player with him who's also gargantuanly tall. You know what I'm saying? You got another big old nigga with you. You 6'8", 260 pounds in peak physical condition with zero body fat, and you about 15, 20 years younger than Stephen A. And you barking on this man. He's in your gym at your job. Don't need to fuck up his just newly minted $100 million check that he just cashed from ESPN. So he's not even in a position to do some nigga shit with you. And on top of that, you're attacking this man for his professional opinion about the professional performance of your son. He didn't say that your son was a bad son. He didn't say that that nigga got bad grades. He didn't say that he got body odor. He didn't say he disrespectful to Savannah. He didn't say he out here nutting in young internet porn stars and making children that he don't want to claim. He didn't say none of that about it. He said, hey, LeBron, this ain't what the fuck you advertised. You told us that your son was better than half the niggas in the league. You told us, you tweeted out that you was looking at the fucking games and you was laughing at the performance of niggas with guaranteed contracts because your son, who was Mr. One and Done at USC, where he wasn't even on one of the top 5 players on his college team, was better than these niggas with guaranteed contracts playing in the NBA. And then you somehow used your fucking political capital and your tenure and your status to garner your son a 55th round pick, which was the Lakers' last pick in the NBA draft. And yet, you were able to garner him $7.8 million for a two-way contract. Let me put that in the proper parameters. No other G League player is making that kind of motherfucking. Stephen A. was standing on when he said, and as he has said all season long, hey man, this young nigga was not ready to be in the NBA. This young nigga could have stood to use another 2 or 3 years playing in college before being drafted, because everybody is saying, give him time. Give him time. Oh, you mean the time he could have spent in college bettering his fucking game? No, his daddy said he was good enough and grown enough to be a man out here, which means he has to now be susceptible to the same criticism that every other fucking player in the NBA is susceptible to. How you think Pam McGee felt to hear Shaq talk about JaVale McGee the way he has his whole fucking career? Pam McGee is a WNBA fucking superstar. Well, she was, rather. Her daughter plays in the WNBA. Her son plays in the NBA. Don't nobody even talk about the McGee's. I'm using that to make a fucking point. Shaq made JaVale McGee his Shaqton of a Fool all-star 2 or 3 seasons in a row, thereby forever fucking up that man's earning potential. Because when people go to talk about contracts, they're going to bring up what the most dominant big man in our current era said about a nigga who plays his position. You fucking up his money. And then nobody come down on Shaq. So how the fuck you gonna walk your big ass over to Stephen A? You bullying that nigga, bro. We already know he can't
Yeah.
fight. We saw the goddamn video of him throwing them ugly ass punches in the gym. We know this nigga can't fight. And you gonna walk your big ass over him and say, hey man, keep my motherfucking son name out your mouth. What you mean?
LeBron's the reason he make money.
He
LeBron's the
wasn't
reason he
talking
got a
about
job.
LeBron. He wasn't talking about LeBron James Jr. He was talking about Bronny James, the NBA player, not your fucking son. You was wrong, nigga.
All right, then. That's your opinion.
Because you ain't walked up on now one of these white boys and had shit to say. And they've been talking the same shit about your mediocre ass boy.
Ooh,
And let me add
boy.
something to that. Can I piggyback on that for 1 second? Let me just
Come on
piggyback
in.
on that one thing. Because
Come on in.
Black Ron
Come
told
on
it all. Everything.
Come
He
on.
didn't leave nothing out. He didn't leave a goddamn thing out. But you got to understand something. Yes, it's nepotism. Yes, it's nakedism. And yes, it's niggas. It's what it is. Okay? It's what it is. And the point remains the same. If I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to be real with you 100. I'll say it a million times. Had that been me, if that had been Solo Jones sitting there, he walked up to me, I'd have said, damn right, hit me, nigga. You worth $1 billion? I'd have let that nigga knock the shit out of me, and I'd have laid on the ground and got that cash because I know damn well I was doing my job. Ain't nobody gonna get mad at me. The white people telling us to talk about LeBron James. They telling him to do that. They really telling him
Bro,
to do that.
LeBron been in
Now,
the league 20 years. He
20
ain't finna
some years.
swing on you. He got a nigga that's got a gross net worth of $12,000 that's gonna stomp your fucking ears together right outside the goddamn stadium. He not gonna put his hands on you personally.
See, but
That's
that's what I'm
real.
saying. It's like the
He said
real
he got
talk.
a handyman. He got a
I'm,
handyman.
I'm, I'm talking about that nigga named Earl, and he from Akron. And the only reason why he live in LA is to do bad shit to niggas on LeBron's behalf.
Earl probably wear 42 jeans, wear no drawers, and he squat a lot.
Earl got on basketball shorts under them jeans, no draws.
Yeah.
No draw.
Yo, what is what I want to know? All right, let me ask y'all this real quick. Let me ask y'all this. Like, I think I get that. I agree with Black Ron 100%. But as a father, because I think most of us on the panel fathers, all right, that's an instinct that you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't turn that off. Somebody fucking with your kid. If you invested in your kid, if you're not the deadbeat, then it don't matter whether it's right or wrong, whether you look like you bullying or not. It's justified because you are being Papa Bear to baby boy. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, does this, from a fathership standpoint, does it make sense? Whether he's justified in it or not, I get what you're saying, Black Ron. But as a father, as a black man father to a black child, let's leave leave the groupies alone. We know what's going on behind closed doors, but let's go with what's on the picture on the wall over the fireplace. LeBron got a black family right now, and he's being a black father to this black son, and he's approaching somebody who's coming at his son. From that perspective, Black Ron, did he do the right thing?
LeBron got a show called The Talk, right? I mean, The Shop, right?
The shop.
Yeah, the barbershop.
Didn't he have Stephen A on as a guest on his show one of them seasons?
Did he? I
think they did. I think they did.
I believe Stephen A was a guest on The Shop. That means he got Stephen A personal fucking contact information.
He said
If
that.
not, he got $1 billion motherfucking dollars. Stephen A ain't that hard to find. If you were that emblazoned by what the fuck he said, if you were that embroiled by that other grown man's opinion about your grown man of a child, then why you didn't reach out to that nigga personally? You could have waited He was at the fucking stadium. You know, he probably coming to the locker room after the game. You could have pulled him to the side and G-checked the fuck out of him. Where didn't nobody know that conversation took place. And it would have been a real nigga conversation amongst real niggas. You showed out on that man because you knew that everybody was going to take their fucking phone out. You knew that you was on them fucking cameras.
I bet you next game, that Stephen A. go to the LeBron playing, he gonna sit in the box seat.
And I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him because what you not finna make me do is look like no hoe. I gotta live out here, nigga. I live in California too.
But
and you lucky they got metal detectors in here, nigga. Because if that had been a real life situation, if he'd have walked up on Stephen A. on the streets, Stephen A. is from New York. He's 6 feet and he's damn near 60, if not in his 60s. Cuz probably got that pistol on him. Nah. And if you'd have walked your big ass up on that
Stephen A. response?
I heard him. I heard that whole ass response. Stephen A. has always.
That was some hoe ass shit.
It's funny you mentioned.
Man, look at that nigga hairline. Stephen A. has always did the right thing, nigga. He gave up his hairline for the company line.
There's a dry erase marker.
Nigga always toe the line. Goddamn.
Just put.
Look at that picture right there.
Bed.
Look at that picture right there. If you put LeBron,
that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody else saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true.
He called you a pussy ass nigga. That's what I heard him say.
He approached me during the game.
He said, look at your pussy ass
nigga. He
said,
stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son. I said, what? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son. And I saw how furious he was.
You saw that big ass nigga hanging over you.
I said, we talk about later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. That's my son. I said, all right, dog. Fine. And he walked away. That's all he said. Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody else saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true.
Would he say it was true if it was? Like
no.
That man called me.
Well, he called him bro.
He said, Stephen A. said, Stephen A. said, well, I wish I had your hairline. And LeBron said, man, I wish I had your middle patch. That's what happened.
Niggas have allowed themselves to become too familiar with Stephen A. And familiarity breeds contempt. Because Stephen A. called you niggas brothers and kings on TV, as opposed to thugs and criminals and heathens and divas like these other media pundits. Because he walked with a bop, everybody knows Stephen A. got a mean bop when he walked. Because he dapped you niggas up. Because he been in the game longer than all of you niggas been in the league, including you, the elder statesman, LeBron James Sr. Stephen A. has went to bat for your goofy head ass your entire career. When niggas was saying that you was a diva, a prima donna, you couldn't get it done. You was a choke artist. When San Antonio swept your goof ass, even though you was the crown prince of the NBA, when you went down to South Beach and everybody said that you was creating the diva team and thus creating this whole super team culture that the NBA is enraptured with now. When everybody was coming at your neck, it was hairline back here, Stephen A. Smith, that had your back the most.
Wow.
And you have allowed yourself to become so cool with this nigga that you'll try that man in front of everybody, in front of the world to see, because you knew all them cameras was popping. You knew that was going to be good media.
Okay. You said all that now. So LeBron, LeBron went on to do great things after all that. So why can't Bronny? Why can't what LeBron
Hell
said? Give
no.
my
Hell
give
no.
my son
Ain't
time.
nobody saying Bronny can't go on to do great things. What I'm saying is LeBron, when he was getting his son in the league, and ain't nobody saying that personally, use the nepotism. Every black athlete, every black man in power that has the opportunity to carve a niche for your children, do so, nigga. That's the whole reason why you up there. Is to make something happen for your loved ones. But tell the truth about their ability to deliver. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. If I had my brother on a show, I'm not going to tell you that my brother is a feature. I'm going to tell you that my brother got a hot 10.
Thank you.
I'm not going to let you give my little brother, even though I know he's funny, even though he has helped me write jokes, even though I know he had a fledgling stand-up career, even though I know he got a good 10 minutes, even though that's my brother and I love him and I want nothing but the best for him. I'm not going to oversell. I'm not going to tell you that he has capabilities that he's incapable of.
You think Gerald Kelly
what LeBron did is equivalent to
Don't you go there. Don't you go
telling you that my homegirl, that telling you that my girl got a homegirl for you and that she a bad bitch.
Hey, but like I say,
the dog, she a diamond. When she
each
pulled up, she
NBA
was a
team,
5.
Go ahead, bro.
each NBA team got 15 players, and only 10 or 12 of them play at a time. So that's 3 on the bench that don't play. Every team has that. So why can't LeBron be one of them kids, son be one of them players that's on his way up, that's sitting on the bench?
Bo P. You got kids, bro? My bad. We just kind of get to know each other. You got kids?
Yeah.
All right. Would you let your kids feature? Would you let your kids feature for you on the road?
Or better yet, would
yeah.
you let them headline? Would you send them over? If say Black Ron said, "Hey, I need somebody," and you say, "Well, would you send his son the headline at Black Ron's Comedy Club?" You send without going. You say, "I'm gonna send my son over there," knowing he only
I got you booked, Bo P. You can't make it. You know several capable headliners that could sub for you.
Right.
Would you send your son instead?
Yes. Have you seen some of these sorry ass comics? Yes, I would. There's some sorry motherfuckers out there that didn't work.
Well, your name ain't gonna be shit after
No,
you
I
go.
said you know several capable headliners. You call me, Black Ron. I know you got me booked. I know you sent me the deposit. Let me reschedule. I got some shit came up, brother to brother. I say no problem, OG. We'll reschedule, but I'm not giving you another deposit on that new date. Cool. I said, but can you help me find a sub? I got the perfect sub for you. Now you right there in Atlanta, OG. You know everybody. I need somebody who can come bring it like how you would bring it. I got the perfect nigga for you. He my son.
So come on, Bo. You got that.
I wouldn't send none of these sorry niggas nowhere. I'm sorry. These sorry niggas, I wouldn't send none of them nowhere, bro.
But you
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna lie
send
to
your
you.
son.
I send my son up or I send solo, goddamn. I'm just fucking.
Oh shit! Damn, yo, solo. Yo, that was a straight shot.
My son ain't never told a joke. My son ain't never told a joke. I still send it before I send these niggas out here, man. No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you asked him. He gave you the answer, goddamn.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
He is being truthful, and that's all we.
At least I know how the nigga feel.
I believe wholeheartedly. Sorry, Solo. I believe wholeheartedly in nepotism. I already established that earlier. I don't think there's anything wrong with with giving away generational wealth and accomplishments. Like, that's stupid to be against that, honestly. I get the people who mad at people who parents didn't do what they're supposed to do, but that's the way life is. It's being dishonest about it. He deserves to be here over the rest of the folks who have already tried and deserve to be in this spot. Remember, when Bronny's on the court, somebody's not. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with actual talent You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody who actually was.
Somebody whose family really need this nigga to get a guaranteed contract so that he can continue to sustain them. I'm fool enough to believe that LeBron took some of his check and made it Bronny's check.
Wow.
Yeah, they did that. I believe that too.
That nigga is not missing $8 million, my nigga. When it gives his son a sense of autonomy and independence, and it creates something that has never been done before in the NBA, which are active father and son both actively playing in the league and on the same team. You know what I'm saying? I get to bring him in and make sure that he's only being rookie hazed in the proper way. I can also help better his game as I get ready to retire. Y'all was supposed to give me 138 million. Give me 130. Give my son the 8.